The main purpose of the equipment 3 we have is to introduce you a new approach to modify an equipment or create an equipment. So what we have been doing so far is mainly create an equipment from scratch, like in here. So this is like a top view of the equipment. This is a, let's say, front view. This is a side view. So looking east, looking north. This is a preview. So here you can see the components. So I have cylinders, 2 dishes. This part is like a pyramid, a cone, not a cone, a pyramid. This is like a cone. There are cylinders over here, a big nozzle. There's another big nozzle over here. So we can, and the rectangular box space, we can create the equipment from using the primitives we have been seeing. These primitives, we can actually use these things, like here's the pyramid, here's the cone. So here's the cone. So we can use these primitives to create the equipment, but there is, which we already learned in the equipment 1 and 2. So in equipment 3, what we're going to do is mainly the Plant Design software has library database. So different company has different database depending on their the work they do. Like maybe their expertise in chemical power plant. So I mean they should have a library database on similar kind of equipment of like all kind of equipment of considering the chemical power plant. So some company might have some different specification of a pump. Like in here in equipment 3, you can see this is a stabilizer reflux pump, and there are 2 pumps in here. Exactly same dimension and everything, but 2 different origins. So mainly 2 equipments are positioned side by side. That's why they're saying like 1501A equipment origin is this one, 1501B. It means like both of them has the same specification, but as you can see, they're apart by 6 feet apart in the east direction, side by side. The other coordinates are the same. The dimensions are the same. So what we can do is we can get with a very similar kind of equipment from the standard library and then modify it. So in this class, we're gonna show you how to do that kind of things, how to use the library and do a standard equipment. All right. So same drill, let's create a site. Just go with this one, zone. All right, in this zone, what we're gonna do is do a standard equipment. So so far we have been doing this equipment. So today we're gonna do a standard equipment. So this library is very, very limited. So there's not many equipment in here, but in an actual industry, you should see extremely close and similar equipment, because equipment doesn't vary much because the power plant does a very similar kind of job. So what we want to do is we need a pump. You can go through here as well. Just play with different options in here. Maybe I'll just go to the specification, standard pumps, or in the selection table. You can do this, not storage, but I want a pump. So these are the pumps available. As you can see, you can just take a look over these pumps and find out whichever is closest to our drawing. I think this one should be very close. We have a nozzle on the side. As you can see, a nozzle on the side, a cone in here. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, this is a big cone in here, 2 shafts, a cylinder, 2 dishes. The base is not like the one in our drawing. This is a pyramid base. This one from the right side is a pyramid base as well, but this one is just box bases. But anyways, these are the things you can modify. So the main purpose of this class is like how to get a standard pump and how to modify them easily, like small adjustments, not big adjustments, but small adjustments. Okay. So let's say I want to copy this one. All right. So I'm gonna create this one at a certain position, and then I'm gonna modify it. You can modify it before creating as well. Like in here, if you see the profile, so this shows you like what are the standard dimensions for this standard pump. All right, this is the base length. This is the distance origin to the base plate, suction nozzle to the coupling. So this is the drawing of the pump, similar to the drawing we have, and the standard dimensions. These standards comes from the erection company. Like mainly, these are the dimensions that varies with different industries, maybe. All right, so they made a standard dimensions for this specific type of pump. All right, let's go back. So here you can see like which dimension is called what, and then you can go to the properties, and this one is a little bit small. You can, it's difficult to see, so that's why you can use the profile. Like you can open the profile first and the properties, so you can have the profile. Let's make it a little bit larger. You can do it this way, or there is an easier way to do it. I'll show you in a minute. So here you can actually modify the base plate length. See, instead of 1600, you can do 2000, all right? Or you can do 1800. And then click OK, let's say, and then click Apply. So it's asking position, equipment origin distance. Okay, either snap it or do something. Here is the positioning toolbar comes in. So if you want to put a east, west, and these equipment origin coordinates, east, north, and up. So what you can do is you can click on the right bottom part, explicit position, and it gives you the positioning origin point positioning. All right, let's go with 0, 0, 0 for now. So I'm going to click apply. So as you can see at the 0, 0, 0 coordinate, the standard equipment origin is at the center of over here inside. So that's why my equipment is created over here. This is the pump. So now to easily modify, so because this is a standard pump, I'm going to go to the modify and do a standard equipment specification modification. Okay, so I'm gonna do modify, and as you can see, instead of create equipment, this is the modify equipment specification. And the advantage of this one is once you go to the properties, now you have these boxes, right? So what you can do is you can, as you can see, like we changed it to 1800, so it's still in 1800 millimeter. And you can click over here and it will show you like what is actually this dimension. You don't have to look at the profile and modify it. You can just change it from here. This is very easy to change. Let's change it back to 1600. Okay, you see, it's changed. So this is one way you can easily modify it. So if you don't want to see this one, so what's this dimension? This is the base plate width. This is the distance from origin to base plate. So this is base plate. I think this is the distance. So these are some of the standard dimensions you can play with, and you can make some modifications this way. All right. So one thing again. Now let's see, after the equipment is done, how do I rotate it or make some modifications? I want to orientate the whole equipment, let's say. All right, so you can just double click on the equipment. Let's say I want to rotate it by 180 degree. Right, so there you go. So this is how you can just move. You can either use the move tool as well. You can use the move tool, offset the whole equipment by some distance as well. Let's say I want to move it to the south by 5,000 millimeter. All right. Let's move it back. So this is a glitch I'm seeing. It's still there. It's just not displaying. Let's move it back by 3,000. Yeah, there you go. Still not. Yeah, this is just a glitch. To remove this glitch, let me show you actually like how to remove this glitch, just in case you have you face this problem. So what I did was I offsetted it by to the south by 3,000, right? And it vanished. Yeah, it's not displaying. Okay, by zooming in, sometimes it comes in. If it doesn't, so what you can do is just right click, remove only, and then right click and do add only. This should zoom in and it should be fixed. You should not see the glitch. Just in case, showing you if you see it, if you see this kind of problem. Now let's say this is my 1501A. How do I create my 1501B? Same way we have been doing the component. You can do a copy offset towards the X direction, let's say by 6 feet. Apply. Yes. So I have two similar pumps in my side, in my zone. Okay. The other thing is, if you want to, let's say, I want to delete these things. So it let me, but I think it will not let me delete this one. Okay, I guess this is a copy of the pump, most probably because of that. Let's see. Oh, it is letting me. Just in case, just to let you know, sometimes you might find it difficult, like you want to delete these things, all right? Whenever you're trying to modify it, it should automatically come back, but if you want to delete these things, what you need to do is just right click, go to attributes. Sometimes this is logged. When it's logged, you can't modify anything in here, okay? You can change the box dimension, you can change the nozzle dimension or move the nozzle. You can do anything. So make sure this is unchecked. I guess I unchecked it before this one, so it's still unchecked for me. But if you see this kind of problem, just check over here. Make sure this is unchecked, and that's it. This is how you can like bring a standard equipment and then modify the standard equipment depending on the standard dimensions. Okay, this is very helpful when you have a very strong library or database, and with that you want to build up your power plant, positioning all the equipments. You can just bring the equipment you used on your previous project and make some slight modification, some standard modifications, and you're done. You don't need to create the equipment every time from scratch. I guess this is all about the standard equipments. Just play with it. Try to do this equipment 3. There are a lot of modifications in here, that's why I skipped, but the main purpose is to show you how to create a standard equipment and make modification to the standard equipment. Hope that helps. Thank you.